Work quite continuously. We're going to work on different muscle groups. We're going to go 4 or 5 minutes on the glutes, 4 or 5 minutes core, throwing a little bit of upper body stability, some press ups, etc. in amongst that, and then we're going to do some mobility to finish off. Everything's going to work on a 30-second clock. So we're going to start off with some glute work. So in about 10 seconds, we're going to get into some bridges. Okay, so the first 2 exercises, just for those who've not done it before, we're going to try and create that bridge. If I go a little bit side on, you'll be able to see me. Trying to get those glutes as high as possible, and I'm just going to rotate left leg up, squeeze, right leg up. And you want to squeeze the glute that's the foot is on the floor. Really don't let those hips sink, keep them up. After 30 seconds of that, we're going to go down and up. So really squeeze up to the ceiling and down to the floor on the same leg, 30 seconds of that. We're then going to go into some clams. So you're going to get those legs at a nice 90-degree angle without opening up your chest too much, keeping your chest and shoulders still. Just get the sides there of the clams, the inside of the glutes. And then the last one of this one is just some side raises that we're going to do. Straight leg, working the abductors and the glutes, okay? So just going to start the clock. 10-second countdown. Everything's going to be 30 seconds. I'll do it in a slight diagonal so you can see me. Hear that beat? That's 3 seconds left. Here we go. 30 seconds of glute. Little bit of 4 minutes continuous work on the glutes. Don't need to go too fast. It's about functionality rather than speed this, making sure everything is solid through that midsection. Really squeeze the glute before you go up with the foot with everything you've got. You could rest your head on the floor or have the neck up to check your form. 3, 2, 1. Whichever leg you're on. 30 seconds of single leg hip thrust. This is going to be quite tough, this one, for 30 seconds. So every little block is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Not like some of the circuits we've done the last few nights, but a challenge nonetheless. Functional challenge, shall we say. This one's getting tough. 3 seconds. And swap legs. After this, we're going to go into clams. You pick the side. I've always said having that strong midsection, lower back, glutes, core, hip flexors, such an important area for any good squash player. Okay, so go into clams, keeping that nice position. Like I say, it's not a race, this. Doesn't matter whether you do 10 clams in that time or 15, the quality has to be there. So it's not a race. Keep that quality up. So straight from here, we're going to go into the straight leg raises. Same position, so our upper body doesn't move. The other thing that's going to change is our top leg. Our legs are going to straighten up and our top leg's going to come up and down. So it's like a straight leg clam. You can see me better there we go. I didn't think of that before. And then we're going to swap legs back onto the clams on the other side. You can see me. I'll open out this way. Everyone doing all right? Everyone coping all right at the moment? Keeping sane? Keeping healthy? Fingers crossed for all of you out there. Tough times. Got to do what we can to keep that sense of purpose. Straight legs again now. And then after this 30 seconds of straight leg raises, we're going to go back into that original bridge position and alternate legs for 30 seconds. That's going to be the end of this little glute block. So it's not anyone who was with me the other day, not quite as tough a burn as the glute block the other day, but just getting ourselves fired up. Okay, back into the glute bridges. Squeeze those glutes up. Like I say, it's not a rush. If it's too hard for you this, you can put your hands down on the floor just to give you support. If it's too easy, you can put your hands on your chest, and that makes it a little bit more insecure. I'm not sure I understand. Serious, that's a good shot. And we've got a minute left in this block, so just going to power through a few press-ups now, just for the upper body stability. Nice and steady, 30 seconds worth of good quality press-ups. Or push-ups if you're watching over the Atlantic. And then we're going to go into 30 seconds worth of plank, just to finish off this little block. Okay, just a plank to finish. Okay, little rest, 30 seconds rest. Okay, so we're going to go now. That plank's just warmed us up for a little bit of a core circuit that's coming next. So we're going to go into about a 4-minute core circuit now. We're going to start off again with plank. Obviously, we know that one, just done that one, trying to stay nice and solid. From there, we're going to go into press up shoulder touches. We're keeping solid. We're going to switch side again. It's not a race. Stay nice and solid. We're then going to go onto our backs. Lepners. We're then going to go into leg lowers. Double leg lowers. Okay. We're then going to go into some ankle taps. Alternating what ankle. Obviously, the further you go away with the ankles, the harder it is to find your range. Then we're going to go into single leg lowers, or sometimes known as scissors. So we're going to swap legs. Okay. We then got some alternate crunches, elbow to knees as we do the bicycles, and then a plank again to finish. So don't worry if you don't remember all those exercises. I'll talk you through it, but just so that you knew the form guide. Okay, so in 10 seconds on that. Okay, starting off with the plank. Remember to breathe whilst you're doing the plank. Remember to get your photos in for the competition. Tonight's a neat good one to get someone to take a picture of you doing this workout. And tag me and PDH in for your chance to win. Into press up shoulder touches next. So you're going to be in a press up position. Alternate which shoulder you touch. And after this, we're going on to our backs for Lepners. It's going to be non-stop 4 minutes of plank, that would be tough, of core. Simba, hope you're joining in, buddy. We spoke to Blessing on Wednesday night. Simba, his brother in New York, told me he was joining in today. Hope this is good little call for you, Simba, to earn a couple of beers in the mugs in tonight. Some Lepners. Again, emphasis on form rather than rushing. Really get that full extension that you can. If you can't go all the way flat, then go as far as your range will allow you whilst keeping the form quality. Okay, straight into leg lowers. Try and squeeze the glutes when you get to the bottom of your range so that your back doesn't arch too much off the floor. You know, just some little tips. I'm not obviously a qualified personal training instructor, but just a lot of these quality tips that I've learned from some great trainers along the way, and of course we're keeping this training squash specific. So a lot of functionality today in that kind of midsection from the knees through to the ribs. Okay, what have we got? We've got the ankle taps. Straighten up on this one so you can see. Who's got the burn? We're going to go into the leg scissors. Whoa, the burn's coming now. That ankle taps one's a funny one because it doesn't feel that hard while you're doing it, but when you finish, you realise it's getting those sort of the side parts of the core. This is where it gets tough, gang. Hang in there for the last 30. Okay, alternate crunches. Whoa. Remember to breathe. Into the plank to finish. 30 seconds plank, straight down. Squeeze from the glutes, squeeze those quads. Don't let things sink. Whew. And as always in these little blocks, we're going to finish off with 30 seconds press-ups after this. 10 more seconds. Squeeze those glutes. Don't let the back sag down. Let's do 30 seconds, nice and easy, smooth press-ups. It's amazing how much you use your core in press-ups. You only feel it when it's fatigued, like now. Certainly not just an arms exercise. Remember to breathe. Keep on to remind myself. Ooh, guys, that was harder than it looked on paper. Certainly in those beers tonight. Whoa, that was quiet for 4 minutes. That was quite a tough little block, that. So we're now moving in to some mobility. We're going to focus our mobility today on the lunge position. Obviously, such a massive part of squash. You can't avoid needing to be strong and flexible in that lunge position. I think a great word, it's kind of overused, but a great word to sum up what you need to be a top squash player is robustness. And I think that kind of sums up and combines, you need that mobility, that range of motion, but you need to have that strength as well at range. You know, it's no good just being strong in a shallow lunge when things aren't moving, you know. It's the ball is always moving away from you. You're always at full stretch. You've got to be solid, but you've got to be nimble. A lot of that comes from the core. Some of it's technical, linked to your swing and your movement, but obviously a lot of it is strength as well. It's that combination. So we're going to work on a little bit of that stability around the lunge, okay? So I'm going to talk you through the first set. We're going to go round this twice in each leg, on each leg. The first time round, we're going to use that 30-second timer again, and we're going to go through each progression nice and slowly so you'll understand the progression. We'll then switch legs, do the same on the other leg, on the left leg, start with the right leg, left leg second. We're then going to come back to the right leg and we're going to flow through each motion that we did 30 seconds the first time round. We're just going to flow through that kind of 5-10 seconds each station, each part of the move, if that makes sense. So the first time I'm going to hold for longer, second time I'm going to flow through it. Okay, so we're going to always start at everything at the beginning. Our start and end position is downward dog. So anyone who doesn't know that, it's kind of like an inverted U. So you're going to be that kind of position. Anyone can see me there. Okay. I'm going to put my right leg up to the sky and bring my knee to my nose. Just going to do that 3 times. Let me just start the timer. Just going to do that 3 times while the timer just gives us 10 seconds build up. Knee to the sky, squeeze the glute, knee to nose. This time we're going to come through and our lunge is going to be, see there, to the outer edge of our mats. Okay, so we're just going to breathe into this. If we can get our elbows down to the floor, this is called a runner's lunge. So our knee should never come past our ankle. We want to keep our ankle further forward. Toe pointed out about 45 degrees, and you should feel that really deep into the glute. Okay? Try and get those elbows down and breathe. Breathing is so important. This time we're going to stay in that position. We're just going to alternate rotations. If it helps to straighten up your knee, your foot on this one, just keep alternating sides. Remember to breathe. And this time we're going to rock back and then forward. Nice, don't force anything, don't force the range if it's not there. Rock back and forward. If you can put your elbow down. And then this time, for the last 10 seconds or so, we're just going to hold that rock back there. Okay? We're then going to pivot back into the lunge and come up for a crescent lunge this time. If you can't get that back leg straight, you can put the knee down to the floor. If you can get that back leg straight, then do so. I'm just going to go at an angle so that everyone can see me. So try to get that back leg as straight as possible, chest straight, front knee at 90 degrees, sink into that. And try and push that back heel down to the floor. You should feel that in the back hip flexor. And from there, get our hands into prayer. Left elbow is going to go to the right side of the outside of the right knee. Keep our hands in prayer position. Tricky one that comes next. I'm going to pause this one whilst I explain it. Okay, we're going to try, so as you can see here, underneath, in this gap underneath between my between my back knee and my front ankle, there's a gap where I'm going to try and get my hand through. Okay, I'm going to try and put, sorry, apologies, looking at the mirror and doing it wrong. I'm going to try and put my right hand through that gap and try and get it to the outside of my leg. I'm going to wrap my left hand around the back and try and grab hold of it. This is an advanced one. If you can't do that one, just come down again for a nice runner's lunge, okay? Maybe I'll explain it again. So your right knee is forward. Your right hand is going to come inside and look like, pretend you're going to grab the baton in a 4x100 relay. This hand is going to come round and try and grab that baton. Okay? Here we go. Tough one. Should feel it in the adductor. Breathe into this one. This is a tough one. Don't fight it though, breathe. Try to relax. And relax. Just have a couple of seconds. We're going to come now into reverse warrior, where your left hand goes behind your back, your right hand goes over your head, and you should feel that up the side, at the front. Everyone feel that? I'm just going to turn so you can see. Then the last one, we're going to straighten this front leg. I'm going to come down for inverted triangle pose. So the second time round, we're going to go through these ones more of a flow. We'll swap legs first of all. Just pause that one there. Go back into downward dog for a minute. Just do some calf raises or some walkouts of that downward dog, whichever you prefer. And then we're going to get that left leg high, knee to nose, left leg high, knee to nose, and step through again for the runner's lunge on that left side. Remember for that knee not to go past the ankle. Hopefully these are not too complicated. Remember the next one is going to be those rotations. Straighten out that front leg, 30 seconds of rotations. Obviously this is just a little snippet. I want to try and keep these sessions to about half an hour in length if I can. You know, if you're inclined to want to do more, you could always go through it twice or finish off. This could act as like a little warm-up if you wanted to do a little circuit. You could go onto YouTube and do one of my shorter ones, a little 15-minute one to finish off. Okay, now for the rock backs. A few to start with, where you're just breathing into it forwards and back. And then when you feel like you've got your full range, you can hold that rock back position. Next, we're going to come up to the full crescent lunge. Doing it barefoot today, I think it's always important to get those feet in touch with the earth, the ground, when you're doing yoga personally. Get them out of those sweaty shoes and socks. Try and keep that back foot straight, that back leg straight, powerful. Heel to the ground if you can. And breathe. Next one, we're going to do that prayer twist to the outside of the front knee. So into prayer. Right elbow to the outside of your left leg before the tough one comes next. Breathe. Okay, left arm's going to come through the gap, right arm around my back, and I'm going to try and grab hold of that other hand. Oh, feels better on this side. The other side was a bit stiff. Remember, we're going to go into then the reverse warrior and the inverted triangle to finish this block. Come out of that one into our reverse warrior. Just so you can see again. Just trying to stay nice and tall. And just into that inverted side angle to finish. Hand on the floor or hand on your ankle, whatever feels best for you. Try and look at that opposite hand, try and keep it perpendicular in alignment with your body going up to the sky. All right, so we're going to flow through that one. Grab a quick drink, flow through that one on both sides to finish us off. Okay, so who's with me? Who's ready? Downward dog. Knee high, knee to nose. Knee high, knee to nose. Knee high, swing through, runner's lunge. Elbow down if you can. Rotate right, rotate left. Just two on each side, rotate right, rotate left. Let's rock back for one, and then hold that rock back. Now we're going to come straight into that crescent lunge. 1, 2, 3, into the prayer twist. 1, 2, 3. Try and grab that opposite hand through the gap, thread the needle. 1, 2, 3. In one motion, back into reverse lunge, reverse warrior. 1, 2, 3. and through for inverted side angle. And then we finish back in downward dog. Who likes that one? I invented that one. My own, that little flow. Squash players lunge flow. Okay, let's switch sides. Knee to nose, knee high, knee to nose, knee high, leg through into runner's lunge. 1, 2, 3. Rotate. 3. Rock back. Hold. Up for crescent lunge. 1, 2, 3. Prayer twist. 1, 2, 3. Thread the needle. 1, 2, 3. Reverse warrior. 1, 2, 3. Inverted side angle. 1, 2, 3. And 5 press ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into downward dog. And then we're just going to come in to half pigeon to finish things off. My favourite stretch. So we're going to bring the right knee to the right wrist and the ankle as close to the left wrist as we can. And stay nice and tall. And then let's see if we can just melt over that front leg. Everyone see me there? Let's get the 30-second clock going on this one. Hold that one for 30. We start a little bit early, so I'll stop this side 5 or 10 seconds early just to allow us to swap sides. And swap sides, go in a downward dog. Left knee, left wrist, right ankle, right wrist. And try and melt as far forward as you can, not over that knee. Try and go out and keep that back elongated. Hope that's been alright for everyone. We're going to do one last stretch after this. Then it's a quiz night for me. Wish me luck. Got to win the family quiz. 5 seconds. We're just going to come into the last downward dog. I'm going to flow through up dog and just stretch that lower back 3 times. 2, 3. Let's just get that mid-thoracic. Put our elbows down and just come up. So you should get the mid back a little bit more with the elbows being down. Look over your right shoulder to get a slightly different stretch down the right side. Look over that left shoulder. And then one more straight down the middle. Looking at camera. Let's switch around, give ourselves a big full body hug. Little mini rock from side to side. And it's the weekend, guys. Good job. We're done. Done for the weekend. Timer can stop there. Thanks everyone. Sign out from